And I really love that I'm getting a little bit more flexible as well. And as I continue to stretch, I'm hoping that I will be able to maybe start doing some more difficult type yoga that I haven't been able to do before. So that's been really exciting for me to just push my body a little bit harder than I normally would because I've been so afraid of my neuropathy. I have to listen to my body. That's the other thing I want to tell you is you need to listen to your body. That's one thing I don't do. I haven't done in the past. I haven't listened to my body. I haven't been pushing my body like I should have been. And even with my limitations with neuropathy, I should have been doing that. I should have been taking the risks, and I should have just been trying a little bit, but I didn't. I got complacent. And that's how my body started falling apart. And then I started feeling bad about myself, that I just wasn't doing enough, or that I was lazy. And that was awful, because you start to beat yourself up. And it becomes a rut that you're in, and you can't get out of it, and you don't know how to beat it.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
And that's another thing that'll make you start feeling so bad about yourself. You start calling yourself names like lazy, fat, ugly, insignificant, unimportant. And you isolate yourself. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to do anything because you feel bad about yourself and the world around you. And I felt that way for a good year now. And before I moved to Arizona, I felt miserable. And when I went to Arizona, I was able to swim every day, and I loved to swim, and I did water aerobics, which was so good on my body. I absolutely love water aerobics, and I would suggest that to those of you who have arthritis or any other debilitating disease that prevents you from walking or doing any type of aerobics on your feet that's going to hurt your joints or your muscles. Or if you even have fibromyalgia, water aerobics is awesome. I lost so much weight doing water aerobics too, and I loved it. It's so much fun, and you won't get out of breath. You won't sweat, because I hate sweating. Just try to find something that's going to work for you. Find something that's going to be slow paced. If you have a debilitating disease, I know most of you who are coming on here are not skinny minis. You're not stick thin. You can relate to me because your body may look like mine. I get so frustrated when I see some of these women getting these cavitation machines, and they're so thin and in shape and buff. And you're like, what in the world do you need that for? It makes no sense to me. They have like a tiny little minuscule fat on them, and they freak out. And that's why I was really afraid to put those pictures up when I first did this. I was afraid of being judged by those people. But instead, I found women like you who get it, who understand this difficulty, who understand this body type, that it just doesn't come natural to some of us, that it takes a lot of extra work for people like us. But it can be done. I've done it before. When I was in my early 30s, I have to tell you this story. When I was in my early 30s, I met this guy. He was so hot. His name was Thor. Yes, Thor. And he was so gorgeous, and he absolutely just adored me until he saw me naked. And I was really frustrated. I couldn't understand what was going on and why he was pulling away from me and why he was so cold to me when we would start getting a little intimate. And we were talking on the phone one night, and I asked him, what's going on? You're just so different. And he said to me, you're fat. I don't find you attractive physically and sexually. You're a turnoff to me. I swear to God, that's what he said to me. I was heartbroken. I was devastated. And seriously, I didn't even look like I do now. I was so much thinner then. I had a tiny little bulge on my belly, but not a drooping pooch like I have now. I was so heartbroken. And at first I thought, well, screw you, buddy. I don't want someone like you anyway. I'm going to love me the way that I am. But the reality is that it kicked my ass. It kicked me hard. And I started working out. I thought, I'll show this asshole. I will show this guy. I will show him that I am hot. And so I started working out, and I loved it. And I was so happy working out. Those endorphins started kicking in, and I started feeling good about myself, and I started seeing this massive change in my body. And I got really buff. I got really thin, and I was doing all this cool stuff in Pilates, and I could do some of those really cool moves in yoga. And granted, I still have my neuropathy, but it wasn't nearly as bad back then. Needless to say, Thor found me pretty damn hot after that. There are just some things that are going to kick your ass. There are just some things that are going to make you finally snap out of it. And it might be that one person that's mean to you, that says, you're ugly, you're fat. Like, how dare you wear that in public? It's insulting and offensive and rude and hateful. It is. But it just might be that kick you need to say, you know what? I don't want people looking at me like that. I don't want people saying that's about me behind my back or to my face. It's going to take something. There's going to be a moment when you're like, no more. I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want to look like this anymore. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I want to be in shape. I want to be healthy. That's why diets and fads don't work. Because if your mind isn't there, it's not going to work. It won't last. Now, the rest of my story is crazy. I lost all that weight, and then I started dating my ex-husband. He cheated on me with a 300-pound woman. I was in such good shape. I was so skinny, and I was looking so good and feeling so good. And when I found out about this other woman, I didn't care anymore. I just didn't care about my body anymore. He was abusive. And I've told a little bit about my story about my ex-husband and how I moved to Chicago. And when I moved to Chicago, I was back in this mindset of feeling good about myself and losing weight because I was happy. That's the other thing. When you start feeling happy, you're going to lose weight. It just kind of melts off. Like when you're starting to feel good about yourself, you're going to notice that weight just melt off. It's just going to disappear. And you're going to be like, what am I doing different? Well, you're not stressed. You're not miserable. You're not stress eating. Stress can do so much damage to our bodies. You have no idea how much weight you are carrying that is due to self-loathing, unhappiness, toxic relationships. You're going to carry that weight with you. It's a heavy burden to carry, isn't it? But you can lose it. You can lose that baggage by letting go and saying no more. I'm going to be happy. And I'm going to start making the changes to do that. And when you do that, watch those changes start happening before your very eyes. And you'll think, oh, why didn't I do this sooner? Or, why did I give up in the first place? You don't have to live like that anymore. We don't have to live like that anymore. We're better, and we're worth it. It's time to make those changes. It's time to start loving ourselves again. It's time to empower ourselves. And I hope that my stories empower you. I hope that my journey has helped you. That's all I've ever wanted to do, is help women and make women feel good about themselves, because I never felt good about myself. I never had anybody who felt good about me or loved me or cared about me. Never. And so throughout my life, that's all I've ever wanted to do, is help other women feel good about themselves, because I couldn't feel good about me. But also because I didn't feel good about me, I knew there had to be more women like me out there. I want you to succeed. I want you to feel good about you. I want you to feel loved. And just know that I do. I don't know you personally, but I've read your comments. And I've seen all the views on my videos. So I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. We're not alone in this. We can do this together. We can share this journey together. That's why I always ask you in the comments, when you say I'm getting a machine, I always say, let me know how it goes for you. Please keep me posted. I want to know how it works for you. Because I genuinely care. I do. I know that there's a lot of big YouTubers out there that say, I love you. I love my viewers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But the reality is that I really do. I genuinely care. I'm a small channel. I don't have a lot of subscribers. But the people that do subscribe are faithful and good and kind and loving. And you have showed me love like I haven't ever had before. And I want to give that back to you. I want to send that love back to you. I want you to know that there is someone here who genuinely cares about you and knows what you're going through. I may not know every detail about your life, but I know about this one, obviously. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. And this is more than a cavitation machine. This isn't just about a machine. It's about us. It's about how we feel about ourselves. It's about body issues. It's about feeling insecure and unloved and unwanted because of the way that we look. If you're not one of those people, then that message wasn't for you. Maybe the message is more for me. Maybe I need that message. And if you needed that message too, show me some love in the comments. Just tell me you hear me and tell me that you get it. And don't feel alone in this. I'm here with you. I'll join you on this journey. I'll lift you up. I'll encourage you. I'll support you. I'll motivate you. I'll do whatever I can to help you get through this. Just stay consistent. Don't give up. Don't be discouraged. You're going to have days when you're like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to lay in bed for an hour with this machine. That's okay. I did that too a couple times. But you'll see such good results that even if you don't do it one day, you're still going to see results because it takes 24 to 72 hours to see changes. So it's still happening even if you're not using the machine consistently every single day. Even if you're doing it every other day, you'll still see results. So don't give up. And don't give up hope. Don't say, oh man, I haven't done it in a day or two, so now I'm going to have to start all over again. So I'm discouraged. I'm just going to put it away, and then you don't do it. Don't do that. Pick it back up and do it at any time that you can. This journey's worth it in so many ways. I hope you enjoyed your walk with me today. Don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like it enough to where you feel someone else needs this message, share the love. Don't forget, every time that you do that, you boost my channel. You let YouTube know that I'm worth being shot up in the ranks of the algorithm of the YouTube world. And I appreciate all of you who have been doing that for me. Thank you so much. God bless you. I love you all. Have a great day. Bye.